today we try to understand the scope of applied geography, how we can define applied geography, what applied geographers can do. Therefore, the content of this lesson would be: 1. Defining applied geography. 2. Content of the field. And 3. Power of applied geography. The power of applied geography means what applied geographers can do. We should understand the importance and significance of the applied geography. That is the aim of applied geography. So, the lesson will cover to define applied geography and the content of the field of applied geography and power of applied geography. Before start this lesson, I should say you, I have already uploaded to your LMS system and your WhatsApp group a small handout. Did you see the handout? Please answer me. Did you see the handout?
Yes.
Okay, you got it. Now what we learn to do is, as I practiced normally in class, I just need to check whether you can understand something I given under the particular topics first by reading. I need to know your ability level of reading. Therefore, first of all, I should ask you what? I need to ask you to read the first para of the given article. Then I'll ask some questions. Please start to read first the given first para of the given handout. Then I'll ask the questions, right? Start. Can you see the screen now with the handout? Can you see? Can you see the screen? Please tell me. No. You can't see?
We can see it, Reverend.
Okay, then you can, yes, I ask you, please read this para first to understand the situation and to understand the nature of applied geography. Okay, shall we start? What is applied geography? Applied geography focuses on the use of geospatial information and research techniques to build perspective and knowledge that can be used to identify, understand, and solve human and environmental problems from local to global scales. That is the first sentence. So it is easy to understand what applied geography seeks to do. Applied geography focuses very important thing, use of geospatial information. The first one is use of geospatial information. So this is the very important one. We need geospatial information. As geographers, we deal with different kind of information, but particularly geospatial information. That is the main thing how we divide from other disciplines. We are interested in using geospatial information. That is the main important thing. We deal with particularly geospatial information. Why? The information, the term information is common. It can be used either economist or the political scientist or some other people. But which information are very important for us as geographers? Geospatial information. The information related to the earth. The information related to the earth can be simply defined as geospatial information. If I ask a question, where is your home? You can explain the location either relative means or the absolute means. That is one kind of geospatial information. Therefore, as geographers, we use geospatial information. The information related to the earth. So, applied geography focuses on the use of geospatial information. And the second, research techniques. We are dealing with information, spatial information, and also we need to analyze such information. We need to analyze such information by using different techniques. For example, we want to know the population distribution of an area. Population distribution of an area. So, we can use a dot map, correlate map to identify that distribution pattern. That is one kind of research techniques we used. Mapping or some other statistical applications, GIS, remote sensing, those are research techniques. And we use several research techniques to identify the nature of phenomenon or the physical or cultural features on the Earth's surface as geographers. Therefore, research techniques are very, very important for geographers. Therefore, applied geography focuses on the use of geospatial information and research techniques. For what? The second important one is this. So why these two? Why these two are important? To build perspective and knowledge. We need to build perspective. We need to build knowledge. If you don't have a very clear, precise perspective on any, I would say, phenomenon or the features, you can't exactly explain that feature or the phenomenon as geographer. You can't identify the reality of the situation. So to build the perspective and the knowledge is very important. Then we have another question. Why we need to have a perspective or the knowledge? Why? If we have the very clear perspective, if we have the knowledge, we can use those perspectives and knowledge to what? Identify, understand, solve human and environmental problems. Human and environmental problems. We are now living in the world with full of human and environmental problems, you know. We have several human and environmental problems. Local level, regional level, global level. Corona epidemic, a global level problem now. Global warming, a global level environmental issue now. But there are some other regional based issues as well. Scarcity of drinking water. Regional level problem. Environment related hazards. Some kind of, for example, man-elephant crisis in Sri Lanka is now at the peak level. It is increasing. We don't have permanent solutions. It is a very local level questions, problems. So we need to solve these human and environmental problems which can be identified from local to global scales. The world expects from us solutions. As intellectuals now, we have to give the solutions to the world as geographers. Therefore, for that purpose, applied geography is a good tool to what? To solve the problems. Therefore, we can say applied geography focuses on the use of geospatial information and research techniques to build perspectives and knowledge that can be used to identify, understand, and solve human and environmental problems from local to global scales. These three are also very, very important. We know there are a lot of problems, but we couldn't find better solutions, durable solutions for such problems. Why? We have to identify the problem first. Unless we have the perspective and knowledge clearly, we can't identify the problem. Not only to identify, but also we need to understand the problem. You identify the problem and then you understand the problem. This is a very big task. Every person can identify the problem. Yes, there is a problem. There is a problem of water pollution, you can identify. There is a problem of overcrowding, you can identify. There is a problem of garbage dumping, you can identify. Air pollution, identify. Ethnic conflicts, identify. Understand is very important. To understand a situation very clearly, we need to consider the relationship between different factors. We have a problem and we should see the problem from different angles. There may be economic angle, there may be the sustainable angle, there may be the cultural problem, there may be so many things. For example, nowadays we are facing corona epidemic. A global crisis, locally also impact. So when we take different actions to control that epidemic. We need to quarantine people. We need to lock down the areas. We need to issue the rules and regulations for using commodities. We need to use the rules and regulations for dead bodies. Altogether, the understanding of a problem is very, very difficult, but it is important. Therefore, to identify, to understand, and to solve human and environmental problems from local to global scales. Therefore, why apply geography? Apply geography is very important to understand, identify, understand, and solve human and environmental problems from local to global scale. Therefore, applied geography focuses to use of geospatial information and research techniques to build perspective and knowledge. First of all, we should improve our perspective and knowledge by using geospatial information and research techniques. That is the main important thing of applied geography, right? The second one say, another, I am not going to explain each words of this handout. You have to read this handout very clearly, and I am not trying to explain by using this limited lecture time to explain all the things. You will see there are different facts included. First one has the introduction to the what is applied geography, what applied geographers can do, defining applied geography with different definitions, and then a brief history of applied geography you can see, and finally the future of applied geography and the recommended readings added. You will have a tutorial class with the assigned assistant lecturer today or day after today or tomorrow. So you can explain, you can understand further the scope of applied geography by discussing with her. However, if we come to the second sentence, another characteristics of applied geography is that is extend the scientific method often used in academic geography to include the implementation and evolution of geospatial information in addressing problems of social relevance in non-academic settings. That is the sentence. Here we have two kind of words. What are the two? We have two kind of words: academic geography and non-academic geography. Academic and non-academic. These two words are very important with this second sentence. What is the meaning? Now you undertake a degree program. We teach you. This is academic geography. You learn theories, concepts of academic geography. You face the exam in order to test your academic geography knowledge. That is academic geography. You write books, we have books, we refer books in academic geography. We learn how rains begin, we learn how erosion starts, we learn the process behind the evaporation, we learn water cycle, we learn theories behind the earth erosion, we learn how earthquake starts, something like that. Those are in academic geography. But one day we will have to take decisions just based on our experience. The geography knowledge is everywhere. When a farmer starts pouring his paddy field, preparing paddy field, is geography. Why? He considers a lot of things before start that work. Whether this land is suitable to maintain the water, the level is should be perfect. How we prepare the fields with maintaining the level of the land. That is non-academic geographic knowledge. And also suddenly if we face the situation of the environment, he knows how to react it. That is non-academic geography. Actually, non-academic geography means how we work with geographic knowledge in day-to-day life. That is non-academic geography. Just if we have a problem with the field or with the ground, we do not want to go to the home and just turn the pages of the geography book. No, just we take our applied knowledge. We applied the knowledge. We applied the knowledge. That is non-academic setting. There are so many social relevance issues in the world. So in addressing that social relevance issues, the knowledge of geography is very important. The knowledge of geography is very, very important. So that is the way we use two terms. But remember, without academic geography, we can't get the real exact decisions on the ground in a crucial situations. In crucial situations, we need both academic and non-academic. Therefore, the second sentence of this introduction part says, applied geography extends the scientific method often used in academic geography. In academic geography, we use scientific methods to include the implementation and evolution of geospatial information. So, applied geography use methods often used in academic geography. And applied geography try to include that knowledge to implement and evaluate the geospatial information in addressing problems of social relevance in non-academic setting. Here, the two important things stresses. Two important things are important. Considered. First one is we have to use the non-academic geography theories, techniques. And also we should know how those techniques, knowledge can be applied to solve, identify, understand the problems. Right. Likewise, please read all the things included in this handout. That is your responsibility. So you should know how we can understand applied geography, right? In addition, I will upload a very important few articles too about the geography. So by using that articles and by using this handout, you can discuss the significance of applied geography in your tutorial class, particularly for the second lesson, not the first lesson, right? First lesson we have already do, and also there are something to upload to the first lesson as well, right? That is the main thing. Once again, remember in second lesson, we try to understand the scope of applied geography. That is very important. Now, shall we start to explain what is applied geography by looking at the different definitions. So there are different definitions. Actually, applied geography has been defined by different scholars from its beginning up to date. Applied geography concerned with the application of geographical knowledge and skill to resolve the real-world socioeconomic and environmental problems, as we learn. There are considerable amount of applied geographers' research that is published in journals that would be considered as being outside of an discipline. So, however, that is very important to know how we define applied geography. Let's start with the slide. I'll stop the sharing of the handout, and this has been already uploaded. After the class, you can read it. And in the tutorial class, also you can discuss uh, the significance of applied geography by using the facts given by this handout as well as the recommended ratings. Right. I stop sharing.